Marak crouched down over the dying man. Sunlight pressed to his throat. It was difficult to hear the man's begging through the ringing in his ears. "The Exarch," Marak said calmly. "Is he here?" The man, no, the abomination, visibly blanched. Although his nose was badly broken and his right ear was hanging off by a thread, his face was still clear and recognizable, and it was that of Marak's enemy. I don't know who you're talking about." Said Marak. He moved the blade just a little. It required absolutely no force to cut into the abomination's neck. Hot blood spilled out. "Every time you lie to me, I cut a little deeper." The abomination squeezed his eyes shut. "You've made a mistake. He's not here. And now you've doomed yourself." "I've heard that before." He pulled the blade away and slammed his right fist, mailed as it was, into the man's already burnt nose. He waited a few moments for him to recover, and while he did so, he studied the face below him. Identical to the Exarch's, because of course it was, but it was only a perfect replica at first glance. There were, he noticed, subtle differences, details that were not just inaccurate, but wrong, on a deep, inhuman level. The pupils of his eyes, for example, were too small. His mouth, too wide. His skin was so thin that every vein stood out taut against the pale, sweaty flesh. "The Exarch," he said again, cold, emotionless. "Where is he?" The copy merely whimpered. Exhausted, more mentally than physically, Marak impulsively pressed the blade hard enough into the man's throat that it went all the way through, severing his head completely. He rose and moved away to avoid the resulting spray of blood. He felt absolutely nothing. And why should he? These things weren't even people. They were the shadows of the man who had killed his best friend. Ascala strode toward him, so covered in gore that she was nearly unrecognizable. They'd been fighting for a solid half-hour now. She'd personally torn through the opposition like vengeance incarnate. Ascala nodded toward the corpse. "Found anything useful?" "No,"